So here's another music moment for this month. It's kind of amazing. We've already made it here to February, right? But here we are. So this is a familiar one, an old one that reminds me of my grandparents. It's what a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Maybe it's one of your favorites as well. I think for a certain generation, it certainly is a favorite. The text of this hymn was written by a man whose name was Joseph M. Scriven, and he was born in County Down, Ireland in 1819. And he went on to college. His parents were quite wealthy, and so he went on to college, Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland, where he received a degree. And he was hoping that he was going to have a lifelong service in the army, in the military, have a military career. And that didn't work out. There was some illness in him, and they wouldn't take him in the military. Disappointment number one. He then met the love of his life and was all set and ready to be married in 1843. And the night before their wedding, there was an accidental drowning. And it was his fiancée. She drowned. Extreme grief and disappointment. Number two. In 1845, at the age of 25, he immigrated. He left Ireland and he came and went to Canada, not that far from here, actually. Woodstock, Ontario is where he landed. He left because of some religious influence by a group known as the Plymouth Brethren. And interesting things about that particular group: they were nonconformist. They had an evangelical movement about them. That was one of the reasons why they moved other places. He said goodbye to his family and came to Canada, where he started to teach in that Woodstock area. In 1855, while staying with a friend in Ontario, he received news from Ireland that his mother was terribly, terribly ill. And he wrote a poem called Pray Without Ceasing. And he wrote it for his mother. And it was later set to music, as we know now. What a friend we have in Jesus. And he could never have known that it would reach all the places that it reached and became as popular as it became. He went back to Ireland, of course, to grieve, and then he came back to Ontario, where he again fell in love. And in 1860, before he was to be married, his fiancée became ill with pneumonia, and she died. Oh my goodness, the sadness within this man's life is real. One after the other, after the other. And after she died, he devoted the rest of his life to doing some teaching and some tutoring, but mostly helping others. He gave up everything. He would go from house to house of friends and stay and give up things to help the poor. And even though he didn't have much, he still continued to find ways to give, like I said, to the poor and also to those who were not physically as abled as he. It was a part of his faith. So this story about these words, I don't know, all of it, does it make this hymn even more? Maybe. Does it make it even more sad? Maybe. I don't know. If we pray without ceasing, right? That's what it's all about, right? But it also is about having this relationship with Jesus that obviously got him through trial after trial after trial. The second verse, right? Every trials and temptations, is there trouble everywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful who will all our sorrows share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Are we weak and heavy laden, covered with a load of care? Precious Savior, to our refuge, take it to the Lord in prayer. Do your friends despise and forsake you? Take it to the Lord in prayer. In his arms he'll take and shield you. You will find a solace there. A solace there in the friendship we can have with Jesus. I hope you've enjoyed this music moment with this particular hymn. May it grow your faith. May it help your faith continue along on your journey. And may it motivate you to pray a little bit more today and sing this over and over again today. Thanks for joining in.